What's happening? What's going on?
And we're back! We're back with part 2.
Yeah. What's happening, mate? What's the haps? What's
right.
the biz?
So, I mean, this is kind of like a catch-up, really, for me, because, like, video game news, I've been, like, seeing it here and there, but it's a bit of a catch-up. Okay, so Ubisoft declared bankruptcy. That's also funny.
Oh, boy.
They potentially, in 2025, they might have to declare bankruptcy, because if Assassin's Creed, like, the new one coming out, Shadows... What is it?
Yeah.
If it doesn't do well,
Shadows.
they are in like some serious shit. I mean, like they are going to have to declare bankruptcy at a point. Their stock has fallen so much. Like the people have lost so much faith in them, and with good reason. I mean, like to be honest, Ubisoft has really been kind of not great recently, in terms of like, you know, everything to do with like work ethic, how they treat their staff and stuff, like, and now this, you know, they're in like some serious danger here, man. They could like bail out of, honestly, if Assassin's Creed Shadows does not do well, they might have to, like, you know, I don't know, they're talking about going like private instead of publicly owned, which would be...
What do you mean by private?
So if you're a private company, which is in some ways better, but you're not beholden to the shareholder. You are, but then you are not getting money from, you know, people like the people who the shareholders who hold like parts of the company or whatever, take a percentage. But if you are a private company, you don't get that. So you're not beholden to them, but also you're not making as much money, I guess, because so it's like a you know, a trade-off. But then it's a good thing for you, the consumer, if that company is ran right, because then they're not gonna like, you know, throw in microtransactions and stuff. But then I don't know, it's. Because I feel like the shareholders, the big like people who control these companies, like they're the ones who throw in all these like microtransactions. It's not like the devs want to do it and stuff. It's like these big companies want more money all the time to appease the shareholders.
Ain't that most companies nowadays?
Yeah, so I don't know. Like Ubisoft going bankrupt might be a good thing.
Well,
maybe they'll get back to their ways and make good games again, like Rayman, like without microtransactions.
So I mean, that's a whole other can of worms, the Rayman shit. I've heard some stuff, but I won't go into detail about it. But yeah, Rayman
potentially might be coming back with a remake of 3 potentially.
Oh, free? Why?
Yeah,
free?
I know,
why
free.
Havoc? Where'd that come from?
I mean, that's only
Surely
like that's like
1.
what they potentially could be. Well, I mean, I don't know 100% if that's true or not, but that's what like the rumor mill is saying, that they could be working. Well, no, it's not a rumor actually. They are working on a new Rayman, like, but people think it's a remake of 3. They said they're working on a new Rayman.
Speaking of rumors, what's this Chrono Trigger shit I'm hearing about?
Yeah, that's the big one, right? So
I've
Square
saw you
Enix,
posted on a community post as well.
So
everyone's saying no to
yeah, I know. Square Enix basically put out a post saying, "Hey, it's Chrono Trigger's 35th anniversary. We've got plans."
They said we've got plans.
No, they said we've got plans and projects lined up for the 35th anniversary. I don't remember the wording, but that was like I can't remember the post. I don't have the post, but that was what they posted on their social media, and everyone was like, "Oh, could this mean a Chrono Trigger HD 2D remake or like a brand new Chrono Trigger game?" And like everyone's going wild with it. And I imagine it's probably not anything like that. I mean, it would be nice, be a nice dream. But I reckon it's more like probably merchandise and you know, like the 35th anniversary sort of thing, like merchandise and
the old Pokemon claws.
or the old like, you know, we're gonna hold a concert for Chrono Trigger music, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
like,
and
I
put an
don't
atlas.
think I just don't think Square Enix will ever want to touch Chrono Trigger, like, other than obviously port it to, which I think is wild that they haven't ported it to Switch, like the Steam one, the one they made for Steam.
Have they not?
No, they haven't ported that to Switch. I'm shocked that they have not ported that to Switch. They brought out
Curious though.
the last thing they did with Chrono Trigger, they brought out Chrono Cross to the Switch and stuff. They made like that compilation thing with Chrono Cross and Radical Dreamers. That was like last year or the year before or something. But I don't know if they believe in Chrono Trigger or they are even able to touch it now that Akira Toriyama, bless his soul, has passed away. I don't know if they would even, like, you know. But HD2D remake would be really good, but could they capture that style still, you know?
That would be the most fitting remake treatment. I think Chrono Trigger would definitely get the HD2D remake.
I think it would really work, but
yeah. You still got the same sprites.
Yeah,
it's just like a different
like the
optics,
like just upping like all the graphics and maybe add a bit of new content. I don't know. They could include some content from the DS version that they brought out years and years ago with the extra dungeon and stuff. But they could bring all that back and then combine it into like
extra
one.
endings too, didn't it?
Yeah, it had extra endings. Yeah, that linked to those endings linked on to Chrono Cross, so it was kind of like yeah.
That's what I've heard.
But I don't know. I would love it, but I don't know, man. People just, you know, they run away with it when they see, because like even I'm guilty of it when I see a post from Square Enix saying, hey, it's the 35th anniversary of Chrono Cross.
You run with it the most, you do.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted a bit of engagement on the community as well. I thought it'd be a fun little poll, like, do you think?
Get some interactions in there and stuff. It's fine because like I'm the opposite. Like where like you run with it, I'm like, oh no, this is bogus straight away. It's like, so we complete the cycle, really.
Yeah. But yeah, the Chrono Cross stuff, like the Chrono Trigger, I would love a new game in the Chrono series. Like honestly, like remake would be amazing, but like they could expand this sort of. This series still has potential in my eyes, and I just don't think they want to touch it because of like the legacy of Chrono Trigger is left. Because last time they did it, Radical Dreamers didn't go. Chrono Cross didn't sell too well on the PlayStation when it came out on PlayStation. That was the last time they ever gave Chrono a new thing because it was different to Trigger. Like it's a spiritual successor but linked, but I won't like spoil that because you've never played it. But it was a different battle system, obviously, completely different. Very unique battle system, but very different battle system. And they haven't touched Chrono since 2000, so who knows if they'll ever actually do a new Chrono.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I mean, that's definitely gonna hit big if they ever do anything like that, because Chrono Trigger is one of the most famous and beloved RPGs of all time.
Yeah, I know. That's probably why they're scared to touch it, right? But then again, they touched Final Fantasy VII, and that's also beloved, and you know, they still ran with Final Fantasy VII and made the whole remake project. But I don't know. I always thought
companies are bigger balls. Looking at you, Bloodborne.
Yeah. So Sega filed a trademark for Echo the Dolphin. That's exciting. Do you think we're getting new Echo the Dolphin?
Yeah,
game?
let's go Echo. Oh my god, yeah, bring back the dolphin.
I don't know if that's just like them updating their trademarks, but I found it hilarious that there was a trademark for Echo the Dolphin. I was like, oh my god, are Sega gonna do something with Echo the Dolphin? That would be absolutely hilarious. A new Echo the Dolphin game in this year, in the year of 2025, I could see it, maybe. Weird alien shit. Echo scared me as a kid, you know. I played that game, and the weird aliens they had, like the music and shit. Echo was scary. Didn't
it have like Eldritch Abominations for some bosses?
Yeah. It was proper scary. Like as a child, anyway. Like and the weird music, man. That music was terrifying. You listen to that music now, it's freaky still. It's still freaky shit.
Yeah, good.
Echo was weird.
Fucking like reinforcing the absolute fears of the deep blue sea.
Yeah. Echo was
Echo was.
Oh, Echo was a weird, yeah. Oh man, some a bit more sad news.
No.
This is kind of sad news. Nintendo are ending the gold point system and the voucher system. I don't know what's going to replace it, but they said at the end of April.
This is going to sound really silly, but what's that system again? Sorry,
so the gold
it's been ages since I've done
when you buy a
anything to
game on the
Nintendo.
Switch eShop, and I think this is a fantastic deal because I've always used it. When you buy a game,
is that the thing where you get gold points and it gives you a discount?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Why are they getting rid of that?
Yeah, they're getting rid of it. Where you save up all those points and then you can get like discounts on your like games because they give you like what? It was like 60 points a game or something.
Oh shit!
It was really good.
Shit.
Yeah, they're getting rid of it. I don't know why, because with the Switch 2 coming in, it won't have that system anymore. But I don't know what they're using to. Are they going to replace it, or is that just the end? Because at the end of the day, this was like when they brought in this gold point system. When what was it, the Wii U? I think it was around on the Wii U. And you know, Nintendo weren't doing really well back then with the whole Wii U. And when the Switch came out, they were like, "Oh, we need to incentivize people to like buy games." They were basically giving free money away. You know, in the sense of like you getting a free game every time you bought like a certain amount of games on the eShop and stuff. And it was great for buying. Honestly, it was really good for getting indies on the Switch because you always had like enough like money to buy, just like to be like, sure, I've got like 500 gold points or something. Like I can download this indie for free and check it out. Which is as an indie game I've been playing on my Switch a lot. Well, I'll get into that in the what we've been playing section. Yeah, so that's really sad, man. The gold point system was so good, and the voucher system as well. They're getting rid of the voucher system where you could I think it was £98. You could buy 2 first party games for free. Or was it 88? It was 88 quid. You get 2 first party games for free for the vouchers. You know, you buy those vouchers and then you can download 2 first party games. And it was really good. It was a really good deal when like they had some of their games are quite expensive, so you were saving like a fair bit of money. So these were 2 really good systems. And now they're going to be gone. And I don't know if they're going to be ever coming back or replaced or whatever. So personally, I'm of the frame of mind that they're not going to do anything because they're so successful now that they don't need these systems. Yeah. Which sucks, but cocky Nintendo is not a good a successful Nintendo is not always a good Nintendo in my eyes, because you know when you're the underdog, you try everything to get people to buy your stuff. And now they're like on the top. They're the top. And now they're like, we don't need these things in place.
I guess so.
You know, it's like when PlayStation got cocky and they were like, oh yeah, like look at the PS5.
Let's not go there. Yeah, I'm tired of the PS5 to be honest.
Yeah.
Speaking of companies being a little bit shit. Did you hear about Warner Bros?
Warner Brothers?
Yeah. About the Wonder Woman game.
Yeah, they cancelled
Monolith's
it.
Wonder Woman got fucking cancelled.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit, after all that.
I know.
After all that.
Is that because of
we gonna have layoffs? Not layoffs. Well, did they get laid off, or is it just cancelling?
No, they got laid off. They got laid off. The whole thing. I think the whole thing got shut down. The whole studio's gone. Yeah, the studio's gone.
Are we always gonna have a fucking layoff segment in the?
Who got laid off this week? Let's spin the wheel.
Look,
yeah, Warner Brothers.
It's Warner Brothers.
Yay! Yeah, game studios are shutting down left, right, and center now.
Monolith Productions, I think.
Yeah,
and Player First Games.
Yeah,
and I think the San Diego team, right?
Yeah, I think Player First Games were the ones who were they doing the Wonder Woman game, or were they in charge of something else? Can't remember.
I think it was Monolith.
Monolith were doing
Monolith did Wonder Woman, yeah.
Yeah. Player first games.
That's a fucking shame. Once again.
Another.
I mean, they've been doing so hot. I mean, look at fucking Suicide Squad.
Oh, Player First Games did Marvel Multiverses. Multiverses.
Yeah, we all know how well that did.
Yeah,
Warner Brothers ain't doing so hot with Multiverses as well as the flop that was Suicide Squad.
It's gone. I think it's shut down. Multiverses is gone. I think it's shutting down.
Yeah, that's shut down as well.
Yeah.
So like, big yikes there. That's kind of bad. Like, God, Warner Brothers. And Warner Bros. Are still okay, right? It's just the subsidiaries like Monolith, Player First, and San Diego.
So all they have left in terms of like their gaming departments now is NetherRealm Studios, which is Mortal Kombat.
Oh, that's Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I mean Mortal Kombat should be okay, right?
Probably. I don't know. Avalanche, which didn't they do the Harry Potter game? Yeah, they did. Harry Potter. Yeah, they did the Harry Potter.
Game of Thrones as well, I think.
And they did Disney's Infinite. Yeah, they did Disney's Infinite. And is Rocksteady part of Warner Brothers? I think they are. Yes, they are. Yeah, Rocksteady. So that is literally
shame, man.
their three pillars that they have left, I believe. Man, don't quote me on that. There might be more studios.
All those bets on Suicide Squad and Multiverse, it really just does go to show that betting on like live service games is just
it's not
such a fucking gamble. It's a lightning in a bottle thing, man. And companies need to stop trying to keep catching.
You're not going to be Fortnite.
This quote unquote trend because it ain't going to go well. I mean,
Fortnite is not even a live service at this point. It's a more I want to say monopoly.
Fortnite's a force of nature. It's not even like a game at this point with the amount of like collabs and bullshit you can do with that game. It's got its own currency. Like
it's got its own game engine inside it.
Yeah, no.
People make games inside Fortnite now.
Fortnite's managed way more better. And they seem to make the correct calls at every single turn of every single month for the most part to get people to keep on playing that absolute brute like force of nature 24/7.
Yeah,
it's just that companies see it. I'm like, oh, we could do it too. But
yeah,
like what? 10% do it? You ain't gonna be Helldivers all the time. You ain't gonna be Marvel Rivals all the time. I'll get into that a bit later with Marvel Rivals, but
Marvel Rivals.
But like, people are betting way too much on these companies are being idiotic and going like, hey, this is like the climate. There's like some old guy in like a board meeting going like, yo, this is doing good. Hey, what genre is it? Online? We should do that too. Do the online thing. Do live service. It's a working business protocol. It hasn't failed once. Let's do it.
Getting back to, cancelled projects and stuff and live service. Another bit of news. I've got a little bit of a link to that. Sony cancelled a bunch of live service games. Did you know about this?
Before we go into this, there's just one thing I want to talk about. You heard the game Shadow of War?
Yeah, Shadow of War.
Shadow of Mordor, yeah.
Was it
and Middle-earth, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, Shadow of War, yeah.
So, do you remember the system that Warner Brothers actually successfully copyrighted?
Oh yeah, the Nemesis system.
Yeah, so the Nemesis system is once again locked away in a big vault in the Earth's fucking core.
Yeah,
which we'll never see ever again. It's fucking stupid though, because like you could easily make like a rival system and just like edit it a little bit and not call it the Nemesis system.
Yeah,
I still can't believe they fucking painted that shit in 2021. But
I really don't think video game mechanics should be allowed to be
it's so dumb.
Patented.
It's so fucking dumb. Because it's a really cool system as well.
It hampers creativity. It hampers.
It's a cool system too.
Like, honestly, video games, like their systems, people like use their system, but then they add their own twist to them. But if you can't have a certain system and not be able to like put your own twist on it. Like, that's damaging, like, video games in itself. Patent in video games is destroying creativity.
Yeah.
Because, games build off of games.
How does a fucking system just be contained to 2 Lord of the Rings games?
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous.
Warner Brothers are insane, man.
I feel like, imagine like the potential that system could have if another company could have a crack at it, you know? It could really like do some really cool shit with it. It was a really cool system. From what I remember, wasn't it like the
what it is that a random enemy will become like will kill you.
Yeah.
And then they'll become like your rival, and they become stronger, and they become like a reoccurring thing, like a named enemy, which is a really cool concept.
It was a really cool idea, and it's never really been, explored thoroughly because people aren't allowed to.
It's been patented by Warner Brothers, and it's just containing. I mean, like you can do workarounds, I'm sure, and I think some companies have done, right?
Probably some indie games here and there. Probably
broad as
had
well.
a go at it.
It's a game mechanic, so you can mess around with it and make it so it's not a nemesis system. But yeah, Warner Brothers are they're making a lot of wrong bets at the moment, and it's costing the people who are working underneath them, which is shit, which is the usual thing for video game companies now again in this climate, which is shit. But yeah, it's sad. It's shit.
It's sad. Bad. And so let's move on to Sony right now.
That's all, folks.
Right. So Sony have maybe seen the light of day, but I mean, ship corrected, it might be too late. Like into this generation, they had a bunch of live service games lined up. Like they had a God of War live service game. They had Twisted Metal Battle Royale live service game.
Oh shit.
Like these are two that have been cancelled. They had a Spider-Man live service game, which these were like live service
so many
games.
live service games being cancelled. I wonder why.
But like they still got some that are potentially coming out. Like that Fair Games one is still potentially coming out.
Jesus. I can't fucking imagine why they've cancelled all these live service games.
But like when you look at their lineup now, like that was their first party lineup. They just like slashed it all.
Shocking. I wouldn't go as far as to say Sony have seen the light, mate, because this has been one of the biggest examples of mismanagement I've ever seen.
It is really bad.
That is actually
no, but I'm saying course corrected now. Like I'm saying they realised now, like in terms of like
never. But holy fucking shit, man! Like I heard these projects have been going on for years.
Yeah, years.
Right? And now they're just gone because.
Like,
Sony. Wait to use like a fucking what was it, 80 million pound project to test the waters.
Oh no, I don't know what they thought was gonna happen though, because all these live service games, all these live service games they were working on, right? I think they have I don't know if there's a Horizon one still in development. No, I think they got cancelled as well. Yeah, the Horizon one's gone as well.
They got a Lego game at least.
Yeah, they got the Lego game. That's not a live service game. Cancelled live service games. So Bend Studio, I believe, were the developers of Days Gone were working on a live service game. I never played Days Gone. That was actually I don't know if that game's any good or not, but yeah, they were working on a live service game. They got cancelled. It's kind of mad. Like that was like their lineup, how crazy. Much
they really just betted it all on all these live service games. That's kind of
now they're scrambling for
I just surely they knew this was gonna happen. It's honestly baffling. It highlights so much how really out of date all these fucking CEOs of these big wig companies are with their stupid
they only think in the short term. They don't think in the long term. They're like short term.
So out
this
of
seems
touch.
like a great idea 4 years ago when the live service boom was happening. But it takes 4 or 5 years to make, or longer in some cases, to make these live service games, and by the time you get to that point, the industry has changed. People
constantly changing.
That's not great. I don't know what Sony are going to do. They've still got some games coming out. I think one cool game that they've got coming out soon, which is made by. They've been working on it for years though. That guy worked on that game by himself. It's called Lost Soul Aside, which looks freaking like that game looks awesome.
Oh, I heard of that. Yeah, that's got
that game looks so good. Well. That's like Cool Guy Simulator game. Oh, it started off with one person working on it, then Sony came in and was like, "Hey, you can have a team." And then that game's been like in development for years. Like it's coming out this year actually. Did
Sony go out on record to say that they're gonna focus on more like family like friendly games as well, thanks to a certain special little robot?
Oh yeah, they want to focus on the not focus, but they want to try and get back.
Did he do it? Did Astrobot really save the Sony society?
I don't know. Is Astrobot considered a mascot yet? I think Sony consider him a mascot now, based on
better be a mascot after what he's done for Sony.
Yeah. Team Asobi literally kind of the only win had the only win.
Hard carried.
He basically carried Sony.
Hard carrier.
And also these other studios in like China and Korea and stuff have carried Sony as well now.
Oh my god, Korea's doing super well with their games.
Black Myth Wukong, Stellar Blade, like Lost Soul Aside's coming out, Liza P. Like honestly, this generation has for Sony has kind of been like these I want to say they were mobile developers, weren't they, really, some of them, but like these people taking their foray into like AA gaming now, like into the big console games.
Yeah, they're doing well. They're doing very well.
Yeah, so it really has been like not even like Western or Japan, it's been like, you know, Korea and China and stuff. Like it's interesting. It's interesting. Yeah.
Good rep for them, honestly. I'm glad they're doing well. I'm glad someone's carrying Sony, because yikes. They don't fucking know what they're doing, do they?
Yeah, it's hilarious. So that's not great news for Sony, but...
they even said, I believe, that they strayed from the path.
Yeah.
Not on their exact words, but it sounded like... But it's like... Didn't they say something about like, oh yeah, we've been sleeping on IPs and stuff like that?
Yeah, they did say that.
You guys, you really have been, honestly.
Ape Escape, man. Where's Ape Escape?
Ape Escape's in Astrobot.
Yeah, no,
Ape Escape 4 is legit in Astrobot. They made an Ape Escape game in that game.
I know, but I'm saying,
not even joking.
Where's like they could like I don't know, they could remake Ape Escape 1 to test the waters or something, but
bring back
I
my
think
girl cat
people would love
Gravity
Ape
Rush.
Escape in this day and age.
Bring back, yeah, they could port Mini Monkeys. They could make a Western localized version for once. That'd be nice.
Yeah, or you know, like do a brand new Ape Escape game. Like
that'd be nice too.
Yeah, like Ape Escape in the modern day age. That would be amazing.
It's a wicked little franchise.
Oh man, yeah, potential. There's so much potential with Ape Escape. I feel like they really slept on it.
They did sleep on it. They have slept on it.
They slept on so many. So, I feel like they really gave away like a load of their IPs, like Sly Raccoon as well. Bring Sly Raccoon back.
Too many. They gave away almost half of the PlayStation's identity.
Yeah, when they got rid of Japan Studios, they kind of cut. Like they don't realize what they did.
Half their soul was cut off. Yeah.
Yeah. Biggest mistake they've ever made.
Turn that studio into a fucking Horcrux. Like. Holy shit.
And then look what's happened. Like Astrobot, literally the last remnants of Japan Studios, literally was the thing that everyone loves.
Most successful and everyone loved it. Yeah, exactly.
But I do think it's ironic that the last remnants of Japan Studio is what everyone loved, but then when Japan Studio were in like making game, people weren't buying them. It's sad, but it is true. Like,
well, maybe this period of darkness will bring people back to the light.
Yeah, Prappa the Rapper, you know, all these things that are like gone.
We'll see, man. I'm not holding my breath. But we'll see.
One other piece of news then. This is kind of exciting to do with the Switch 2, and it's not like a rumor. This is like legit. Nintendo filed a patent for a new controller that people have already worked out is a GameCube controller. Now,
okay, they always bring back GameCube controllers.
They do, but this GameCube controller has like Bluetooth and stuff,
Whoa.
Yeah.
Bluetooth GameCube controller? That sounds fucking weird. I can't get my head around that. I'm so used to the cable.
Yeah, so yeah, it's gonna be a blue. You know, like how they do, like they did one for the NES, they did one for the Super Nintendo. You know, when they bring out a new console, like for their virtual console service.
Sold the old as well.
Yeah, for the service thing. So, like, obviously, this is gonna be something that is going to happen now on the Switch 2. I reckon it's going to be there at launch. Is like the GameCube is coming to the Switch 2. Like, I think that's pretty exciting because GameCube has some banging games, man, like that have never actually been re-released, and some I've never even played before. So a GameCube like virtual console would be so good.
That'll be awesome, yeah. Bring back some of the old virtual consoles as well, so you can get... Well, the Nintendo 64 virtual console is...
That's already a thing. Yep, it's already back.
They've got down the Switch, haven't they?
Yeah, you just got to pay a higher tier. I reckon you're probably going to have to pay a higher tier for the GameCube as well.
So I actually played my Nintendo Wii not too long ago, and I booted up my Wii home menu. I saw all these games like Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time, and like... Even Earthbound, I was like, oh man, are they still like releasing these games in like virtual console? And
I mean, you can get Earthbound.
They did it for a bit, did they?
No, they still release these games on their virtual console. Like,
yeah, that's cool. Have you got to like pay membership for it, or Maya?
You've got to have for the N64 stuff. You've got to have a higher membership. I think it's like £7 more.
Oh yeah, those tier shits for online.
Yeah. It's not too bad, to be honest. It's doable. It's not that bad. It's like, I think it comes to £33 a year, which isn't terrible.
Yeah. It's not like I have to pay for it. I don't know. I got to pay for any online, to be honest, including the PS Plus, which I've got to delete as well. But
yeah. So I mean, GameCube's exciting though, and I'm really excited for the Switch too. I think like the whole I honestly think having a mouse is going to be such a game changer for people. They don't realize it, but I think that's actually a sleeper like feature, like because there's never been a mouse built in to a controller. Like I know you have like the touchpad on the PlayStation 5 and 4. I believe it was on 4 as well, wasn't it? Like the little touchpad thing, and you have like the gyro and stuff. But an actual mouse, like that's really interesting. That a mouse could be like used as a controller on a home system. I think it's an interesting feature that could go far. Like, especially if like Baldur's Gate 3 and stuff comes to the Switch too. Like, that's gonna be like a really good one to have. Like all these RTS games, they're gonna be really good with this like whole mouse set. If the mouse is comfortable, it depends if the mouse is comfortable. But like the fact that you can turn the Joy-Con on their side and they're gonna be like one of them's going to be a mouse and you can potentially have the other one in your hand as like the analog stick. I think that's going to be really interesting. It'll be almost like PC play. Like,
well, if they have like mod managers in, we'll be halfway there.
But because it's like actually built into the, I assume it's built into like the system. It's not going to be like, you know, where it's like a feature that you can opt out of, sort of, because it's hard baked into the system. It will be available for like people to take advantage of. So I'm thinking it will have applications. It's probably gonna be a really like something that people are really gonna latch onto. I think.
We'll see.
We will see. I don't think it's going to be like that. I don't think it's going to be a silly gimmick. I actually think
I'm definitely not going to buy it straight away. I'm probably going to wait and see what the reception is to it, and before I actually start.
Really? You're not going to jump in straight away?
Of course not. No.
I always jump in straight away with Nintendo systems.
Gamble with your wallet, as they say. I know you will, Ben, because you've been a Nintendo fanboy since day one. So at least I can have you to tell me what it's like, at least in a trustworthy and non-biased manner.
I might even do a dumb little thing where I like do a
bring back the showcase. Bring back the showcase. Do it. I fucking dare you. Do it.
I would do it. I'll do a dumb review of the Switch.
Do it for the OG OGs out there watching.
10 days with the Switch 2.
Fuck yeah, I'd watch it. I'd legit watch it because I want to know myself.
Yeah, maybe I'll do a quick review of it when I get it.
If not for anyone else.
I'm definitely gonna get one. I'm definitely. I've put the money aside for it already. So.
Oh well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, time to work some overtime if it does mean I have to get one, but we'll see.
I'm definitely gonna grab one because I don't know, like the idea of like the whole do you know Nintendo systems always like to revolutionize, and I think that people are unaware of what's about to change. I think things are gonna get very strange.
Admit you love Nintendo, Ben.
I do love Nintendo. They're the only ones who really like step out of like the whole. You know, they don't innovate in graphics and stuff. They're not that, but they innovate in gameplay.
In price tags, that's for sure.
They innovate in game. Oh, it's actually all right with the price tag. I think the if it's gonna be
fucking put Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild on discount already, Nintendo. It's been like 5 years. Come on.
They are well. I mean, they have deals all the time, don't they? For those discounts, they
not low enough.
I know. You can get them,
lower.
But, well, I mean, for America, it's worse in America because those games never go on like sale over there. But over here, they do.
It's not enough.
You can get physical copies of Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey for like 20 quid over here.
40 quid, unless they're like pre-owned. But like,
I mean, there's ways you can get games cheaper, but I do think we're looking at £70 games going forward for the Switch 2. I don't think it's going to be like 60. I don't think they're going to stick to 60, especially because of like obviously the global crisis with the economy at the moment as well, thanks to a certain
I'll stick to
country.
The Steam Spring sale that's on right now.
I won't throw shade, but I mean, like, I do think a certain country has now thrown the economy into a question again.
Oh man, Darkest Dungeon for £16.75 on stream. Let's go.
Oh man,
holy shit! Batman Arkham Knight for £3.19 on stream on Steam. Even.
Yeah, Steam still do the best discounts. Obviously, Steam are like the kings of discount. But you know what, right? I think one of the biggest things that I'm hoping the Switch 2 deals with going forward is the fucking eShop. Like, the eShop is so trash on the Switch. Like, we need a better eShop.
I don't even remember what it looks like.
Oh my god. When you load it up now...
Can't even remember what it looks like.
If you ever boot up your Switch again... just go on the eShop and tell me how long it takes for it to load up, because it takes like 2 freaking minutes to load onto the eShop for me now.
I remember it being a long loading screen for a lot of eShops on Nintendo.
It's so bad. Scrolling down pages is so slow, and the more pages you go, the slower it gets. It's awful, and there's so many trash games on there now that are like hentai this and hentai that, and it's like
now it's really becoming Steam. Perfect.
And then there's like this AI slop that's on there now as well.
Gross.
Like, it's so bad. I really hope curation comes back for the like, there needs to be some quality control is basically what I'm saying. There needs to be quality control, so I'm really hoping the Switch 2 brings a better eShop, quality control, and maybe a better OS as well, because as much as I like the Switch OS, it's very basic. Man. I want themes.
But the mouse interface with Super Hentai Sisters.
Oh god.
How are you gonna feel the immersion of those games when you've got the mouse feature?
Oh Jesus.
They just have to release the correct games for them. I think they might be onto something.
Oh, I've meant RTSs and stuff like that, and like Pikmin and shit.
Japan know what's up.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see.
Very innovative.
Switch stuff is pretty exciting though, and it's getting closer. That 2nd of April presentation for the Switch 2 is definitely a watch. 100.
It's creeping up. Yeah, that's a reaction.
Oh, I'm definitely reacting to that. I mean, I'm coming home from work. Unfortunately, I work that day, but I'll be back at like 7 on that day, so I'm gonna jump on the computer straight away and we're gonna do a reaction to it. If
nice, I'm working a morning shift, so I can happily react with you.
You're gonna have to stay offline then for like from 2 to 7 or whatever, because it comes out at 2, so people are gonna just be like all over it.
Cool, brilliant. All right. Well, speaking of games, mate.
I think that's it for the news segment. We will be back with part 3. What we've been playing.